Hi friends, and welcome to Cat's Corner. This is your host Cat, and welcome. Welcome old friends, welcome new friends. I hope you're having fun today. Today is March the 16th. It is Sunday. A very wet Sunday for us. You can find me on Ravelry as Cat Straight, and for the board gaming section, you can find me on Board Game Geek as Moraine A. Sedai. We have a Ravelry group. Please join. There are prizes to win if you do. The Ravelry group is Cat's Corner. Same as the show. Hey. We have a giveaway that is going on right now for 50 members. 50 members, there are 2 prizes. There will be a random drawing once we hit 50 members, and that person will receive a hand-carved stamp of a yarn ball. Free-form carved, is that even a thing? I'm making it a thing. By me. That's what it looks like. And once that person contacts me, then they will also get to pick a friend within the Ravelry group to give another hand-carved stamp. Slightly different. Like I said, they're free form, so I just kind of go with it. That's what that one looks like. So, join the group. Get a chance to win a prize. So easy. And also possibility of getting a friend a prize too. So make sure that you have a friend in the group so you can give them something. Other giveaway. There's only, I think, 9 people who have commented in the thread. There is a thread in the group for the Capistrano Fiber Arts giveaway. So go into the thread, go and click the link to the Capistrano Fiber Arts Etsy shop. Post in the thread something that you like from her shop, and get an entry to win some of her yarn. Also, if you invite a friend to join the Ravelry group or mention it to a friend and they join the Ravelry group, have them post in the Capistrano Fiber Arts giveaway thread that you sent them, and you get another entry. And if that friend comments about what they like from her Etsy shop, they'll get an entry too. So, as many friends as you get to do that, you get more entries. More ways to win. What you can win is this really, really pretty yarn. You see it? Let's see, I have a little bit of a shadow there. Adjust the lighting, maybe it'll help. Let's see if that helps any. If it makes it worse. I think it made it a little bit better. But you're going to get 2 skeins. And that is pretty close to the color. What it is a hand-dyed yarn, hand-painted. Well, this one says hand-dyed. I thought it was hand-painted. But it is 100% superwash merino, fingering weight. Each skein is approximately 160 yards. And you get 2, so you can do something fun with it. And I thought it was pretty. I still wanted to keep them for myself. They're yours, or one of yours. Someone out there will get this. So go and do that. The winner will be announced on the podcast. You have until March 30th to enter. So I'll close that thread out probably right before I start to record, so I can get everything ready and organized, and that person will be announced. And then they have 30 days to contact me with an address to get some free yarn. So we have that. Also, I may not be recording next week or this coming weekend. My son and nephew's birthday party, so don't know how worn out I'm going to be after that. Been making all the decorations, and we're doing all the food and games and crafts, and yeah, and it's all at my house, so we've been trying to prep the house for that too, so that's going to be fun. So I may not be recording next week. You know, that's why I pushed the giveaway until the week after, because I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about after that day. So I think that is all that. I'm going to try and get this up on a YouTube channel also, so we'll see how that goes. I'm still trying to figure out iTunes, which that may never happen. I don't know what it is. I just can't figure it out for the life of me. It seems like I'm doing everything right, and it just doesn't work. So, but I should be able to figure out YouTube. I've posted some things on YouTube on my personal account, and so I should be able to figure that part out. So I'll make another account for that. Other things that I would like to talk to y'all about, and I've been thinking about it, and if I can figure out how to do it, I was thinking that maybe we could do some sort of a virtual knitting get-together through like Skype or Google Hangout or something like that, and just get to talk. So y'all just hear me talking, I get to hear you talking too. I thought that would be kind of fun. You know, not a whole lot, you know, but maybe if we get it going and it seems like it's working good, maybe once a month or something, and change out the people if we get more people who want to do it. You know, give it a test run. If y'all want to try and do it, just send me some messages and let me know if that's something you think y'all might want to do, and we can start trying to work on getting that together. I think it sounds kind of fun to me. I don't get to go out into any knitting group, so we have like a virtual knitting group and get to hang out and talk and actually get to know each other a little bit better. I won't feel like I'm talking to myself all the time. So let me know about that if you think you might be interested in that, and then I can start trying to figure out how that works. I think I can figure out Skype, because I do that with my brother a lot. Google Hangout, I can try and figure it out. I should be able to figure it out. It doesn't sound too complicated. So, let me know. Let me know. Interesting things that have been going on this week. I have no wash machine still. I know a couple of weeks ago I told y'all that the wash machine had started to smoke. Figured out what was wrong with it. Think we might have gotten it fixed, or a temporary fix at least. I think we have to get some new shocks or struts or something like that to correctly fix the problem, but I think we might have finally gotten it to where I can at least stay at home and do a little bit of washing every day. But last week I was going to my parents' house to wash clothes, so which was good. Linus got to play with Grammy and Gramps, and I got to chill and not have to deal with them a whole lot. So that was fun, except for the fact that I couldn't get Holly anything accomplished at my house while I was washing the clothes. Which there's a lot to do still for the party, so. But I have some stuff that I'll show you when I get to the craft section. I should probably be more specific at paper crafting. Paper crafting. Yeah. Okay. The paper crafting section. So, other than that, week's been pretty normal. So let's get right into, I guess, finished objects. What is finished? Not completely finished. I still have all this to thread in, but I was cold. My husband, I usually try and record when my husband takes my son on a bike ride or to the store, so it's more quiet in the background, no noise, whatever. So if you accidentally hear a child start to scream, it could get kind of crazy. But they're in the living room watching some shows, but so he's here, so that means the house is freezing. And I'm in a tank top today, so get to use it. It's very warm. I'm like getting hot already, and I don't. But let me take it off and show you. So ends have not been woven in and has not been blocked, but it should stretch out a good bit more. So this is it. This is, whoops, I just hit something. The simple yet effective shawl. There. Can you see it all? I'm just knocking things over. Put your close up. It's a super simple pattern. I got it done in like a week. Which is good. So what I have, which I don't have the ball bands anymore, but it was, I keep sliding forward on my chair. Southwest Trading Company Phoenix yarn, I believe it was. Let me double check. I have it on my phone. I can find it. Yes, it's the Phoenix, and the colors that I used were the white, which is, to me, it's more of like a cream color. So it was the white, and then this one here is the parrot, which that's more the colors there. And then this right here, I got a little bit of extra bulky yarn to add some extra dimension to it and just give it a little extra pizzazz, I guess. Give it more structure. I don't know. Because this yarn is like that ribbon type yarn, so it's very drapey. And I thought it needed a little extra bump. So that one is the Nashu hand knits in the Paradise, and the colorway was lavender. And I really have to stop buying discounted yarn. I really do. Because every time I go to the yarn store, I go straight for the discount bins. But usually the discount bins are there because the yarn or the colorway or whatever has been discontinued, so I can't get it anymore. And then I use it and I fall in love with it. And now they don't have it anymore, so I can't get it. What's up with that? I really have to stop doing that. I have to start. It's so cheap. Whatever. But here's my shawl. It's my first hand knitted shawl. Not the first one I've worked on, but my first completed one. So once it blocks out, it's going to be so pretty. And I'm going to show you, usually when I bind off, I do, is it Elizabeth Zimmerman's sewn bind off? I think that's who it is. But this time I did the, what's it called? The super stretchy, oh man, I forgot. Like the super stretchy bind off, which I actually really like. Now I don't know if it's just because I ended on the fuzzy purple yarn, so it looks extra nice, because you can't, but I think it came out looking really nice. This is the first time I tried that bind off, and it's the one where you when you're doing a knit stitch, you do a reverse yarn over, and then you knit your stitch, throw the yarn over, yarn over, or if you're knitting, reverse yarn over, knit the stitch, throw the yarn over, and the previous knit stitch over. And it's really stretchy. It's gonna, like, if it holds the shape whenever I block it, this is gonna be nice. But while I was watching that, I'm realizing I learned how to knit like so wrong, apparently. Trying to teach yourself to knit sometimes is not always the best thing. But while I was watching the video tutorial on YouTube about how to do that, she was saying do a reverse yarn over, and I kept looking at it and I'm like, that's a yarn over. So apparently all my yarn overs have always been reverse yarn overs. I don't know if that makes a difference. I always get, because I mean, this was all done apparently in reverse yarn over, and it's got a nice hole where it is, so I don't know how much of a difference that makes. I guess I can always redo this shawl and see, because I only used a little over one skein of the parrot and the white, and I think I used maybe 2 of the lavender yarn, which I think I only got 3 of those, so I might not be able to do the lavender in with it again. But I do have a good amount of the white and the parrot. I think I have over 1.5 of the white left, and then I have maybe 3/4 of the parrot left. So I guess I gotta find something else to do with it, because my whole plan when I bought those 3 colors was to do a shawl, and I got it done and have all this left over. So, but this simple yet effective shawl was designed by Laura Chow, and it calls for size 11 needles. I use size 9s. I believe they were like Plymouth Yarn Company's, just some standard bamboo circular needles that my local yarn store was carrying at the time, which they now don't carry that one. They carry Hiya-Hiyas now, which I like better. So that's all good. But I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I was supposed to tell you what the content of this yarn was. The Southwest Trading Company yarn was 100% soy silk, and the Nashu Paradise yarn in lavender is 48% alpaca, 48% wool, 4% nylon. I almost said pylon, y'all. So, have that done. Other finished object. I told y'all last week that I was going to work on an owl stuffy for my nephew for his birthday. Apparently, now, when I say nowadays, when I say I'm going to make an owl stuffy, it turns into something else. First owl stuffy I made turned into a hat. Second owl stuffy I made is now a turtle. That's my turtle. I started, this is just some the Lion brand Jiffy yarn. I don't even know the colorways. It's just some really, really, really old yarn that I've been having laying around. And so I picked out this it's coming out blue. It's not blue. Let's see. I don't think that's helping. It's kind of like this tealish green color. Let's see if I tilt that up some more. Whoa, bright! That really washes it out. Yeah, it's a green. But it's like this teal green, and then I had like this light blue color. It's just not showing up at all. And I held them together, and I think I used the size J hook, and I just started going, and as I was working it, it looked like a turtle shell to me. So I changed my mind. Instead of doing owl stuffy, he was going to get a turtle. Because what I did for Christmas was we bought him the book Little Owl's Night. It's like one of those little board books for kids. And I made him a little owl stuffy that kind of matches the owl in the book. Well, there's a turtle in the book too. And it kind of reminds me of the turtle in the book. So now he has a turtle to go with his owl. But yeah, so he turned into a turtle. I didn't use any particular pattern. I just kind of did it myself. Got little short, stubby legs so he can sit. And my embroidery skills are not good, so I don't know if you can see his eye. You can't even really see his mouth. But he gets a turtle for his birthday. I think it's cute. Linus was trying to take it. He kept trying to put the turtle to sleep yesterday after I finished it. He kept saying, "Night night turtle, night night turtle," and he'd take it and go put it on a pillow. So that was cute. So 2 finished objects in 1 week, I think is pretty good. Considering I've been trying, in the evenings, I've been trying to work on their happy birthday banner, because I didn't realize that their birthday is in less than a week now. So, that's all the finished objects I have. So let's get into some whips. First whip. Oh, reaching down. And I just started on these today, because I finished, like I said, I finished this up yesterday, and then I had to work on the banner. So not a whole lot of time to work on stuff, but this is how far I have right now. I'm working on some Mary Jane slippers, and this is the same teal color that this turtle is, that is not showing up at all. Like literally, it's not showing up. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. So I'm doing, if you were with me for a while, early on I made another pair of slippers. So I've been trying to figure out a pattern that I like. The first pair of slippers I made were like super holey, and I don't know if I really liked the pattern, how it was kind of coming out, but these looked cute. They're the Crocheted Mary Jane Slippers by Calypso Gray, and I'm just using some random Lion Brand Jiffy yarn that I have no idea the colorway or anything. And it's a teal green color. And apparently I've been really big into, oh no, this is a size K. I needed that for another project. Didn't know I had a K. Didn't think I had a K. It's the K. I think I did the turtle on the K then too. Probably not the J. I'm very confused now. It's okay. It happens a lot. But that's all I've gotten. This is the first one. This is the toe. I'm to the part where it's a free Ravelry download. Or not even a download. I think it was just linked to another site. Turtle was my own thing. This is a free Ravelry pattern. But I'm to the part now where I'm supposed to be, I think, starting to go back and forth for the sole of the foot. So it's all worked all in one go. So without fully looking completely through the pattern, what I think is going to be happening is I'm working back and forth and then decrease a little bit for around the heel of my foot. And then once I finish that, I'll probably be picking up stitches along the edges and then going back and forth along the edges as I go up. And then I'll get to the end and then make the little thing. That's what I'm thinking. I don't really know. I'm not going to guess. I'm bad at guessing things. But that was that. So I started that earlier. I actually have 3 works in progress right now, which I usually only have like 1 or 2. But I have 3. I also started, hold on, no, if I find it, because you know me, I never have show notes on hand for me to go through things. Thanks to Rhineland, she posted in the thread from last week, whenever I uploaded, posted that the last week's episode was up, and she mentioned the Steggy pattern. I think that's exactly what it's called. I think it's called the Steggy. Let me go and see. For some buttons that I had picked up on our trip to Oregon the week before. And I didn't know what to do with the buttons, and she mentioned that, yeah, it's the Steggy pattern by Julia Farewell Clay, and it's a Ravelry download, or it is a Knitty pattern, which are all free. So I had seen that before and didn't even register in my mind that when I bought the buttons, I was just looking at patterns just in general. So let me see if I can find the buttons. I have to make a bigger bag because my bags, they are super small. Where are my buttons? Oh, they're probably at the very bottom. I'm trying not to drop things this time. I always tend to drop everything whenever I start to record. Okay. But these were the buttons that Linus found at Fabric Depot. I think it's either in Portland or Oregon City or something like that. He found them, so I bought them for him and had to find something to make with them. So Lynn, I'm not saying it right at all, but thank you for reminding me that they had such an awesome pattern for a dinosaur, like, little hoodie thing. And it's supposed to be a zipper, but there are things, kind of how-tos on how to change the zipper to buttons. So I'm just going to have to research that a little bit more when I get to the front on the best way to do it, because it seemed like there was a couple different ways that some people were doing. But so I decided to do that, and I started it earlier because, you know, you start with the back. So I was like, okay, I can figure out how to do the back, and that can be some easy knitting if I finish the slippers early, because I just have to do stockinette stitch for like 7-8 inches right now. So the yarns I am using, which are, I think they're a little bit bigger than what the yarn they call for. I don't remember, but I'm using Baronet's Cotton Candy Collection, and this is Lime Burst. And I had bought these for Christmas projects, and I still have tons left over, so they're getting used. And this one is an orange sickle, and it's not that yellow orange. It's like orangey, like a dreamsicle. No, dreamsicle is paler than this. This is like almost like a neon orange. They're all like neon-y colors. And I only really need 3 colors, but I'm doing 4. And I will explain why. Then this one is Lemon Drop, which is not that pale. It's like this, like a lemon. Look at a lemon. That's what this really looks like. And then I'm using Blue Snow Cone, which that's almost close. It's a little bit darker than that, a little bit of a deeper blue. But those are the colors I'm using. And why? Because I'm using 4 because I used them in some other projects. Mainly I used them for my Happy Hippopotamus that I made for my mother-in-law for Christmas, because I had to have a bunch of different colors. And of course, Joann's was having a huge sale, clearance sale, getting rid of all discontinued stuff, colorways and all. So, I mean, this was like $5 for like over 600 yards. So I don't quite have the right amount of yardage for the main body, which is going to be the screen. So what I decided to do, because the buttons have a green dinosaur in it, and I want the buttons to really pop. So I was looking through all my yarn trying to find colors for the main body that were not in here. Well, I could have done the blue, and just the whole body blue, but I don't have quite the right amount of yardage. I needed it to be a little bit more, like 100 yards more. So what I've decided to do, I started it already. I need to block it, so this is a little bit longer. Is I'm going to do all my bands in the blue. So the bottom band is going to be blue, the button band is going to be blue, the hood band is going to be blue, and the cuff bands are going to be blue. And the rest will be the green, and then I'll have the spikes as the orange and the yellow. I thought it would be really cute. It's very colorful, very bright. So that way the button band is going to be the blue, so there is no blue dinosaur. So that should really just make those dinosaurs pop. And like the purple one, Maybe, maybe not, but that's what I'm going to do. I think it'll be awesome. So, I just started the back. That's how far I've gotten. I haven't checked my gauge yet. I'm trying to get a little bit more on the stockinette part done before I check my gauge, because I don't work like that. I don't make gauge swatches. And that is my son banging at the door. You can hear that. I'm sorry. But, so, yeah, I don't make gauge swatches. I'm just going to check it once I get a good amount on stockinette done, and if it's not right, I'll just rip it out and restart it. Whatever, don't bother me. That's why I start with the black, the back. My color is changing really weirdly right now, but I'm using the recommended sizes right now, which was size 7 for the start, for the bottom band, and then you go to your 8s once you get to the stockinette part, which I kind of messed up a little bit for the first couple rows because I picked up my 8, but I didn't remember to pick up the other size 8 needle. I just kept going between my 7 and my 8 needle until I realized it wasn't feeling right. So now I'm good. Got both my size 8s. And you can see my awesome little Kirk stitch marker there. I kept forgetting which side was on the front during the band, and I wasn't paying attention to actually what stitches I was doing, so I put them on there just to mark my front, which you will now move to the side so I know where I was when I was recording this time, so I can show you my progress. So that is that. And right now this is in my bag that I made, which does not fit, but my ball of yarn, my needle's poking out. I can keep at least the color I'm working on in there until the sweater gets too big. But I'm doing the size small, if you are wondering. And of course, all the yarn is 100% cotton, which aggravates my fingers like I'll get out, but I'll give y'all a little hint on what I do, since I do use a lot of cotton to knit with. Is when I'm knitting with coarse cotton or any kind of coarse yarn that starts to irritate my fingers, because I have very sensitive skin. I can't just constantly slather lotion on my fingers or anything, because then my hands will start to break out into a rash. But I buy old vintage hand gloves, you know, like the little pretty frilly type hand gloves that are just for pretty much for decoration. Most of them, so I'll just get one and I use it on my right hand because I'm a continental knitter. So I put my glove on and I'll be knitting there with the glove on. So I need to put it in my bag or else I'm going to lose it. So that's a little tip I have if you have problems with coarse yarn. Go find an old pair of vintage gloves and use it. It does kind of change your gauge and your tension and stuff, so you have to practice with it a little bit, but I'm so used to doing it now that I can switch back and forth, and I know how to adjust my gauge whenever I have it on and when I don't, because the one that I use, it kind of grips the yarn a little bit because it's kind of like a, I don't know what type of material it is. It's kind of like a netting type material, so it grips the yarn a little bit. So whenever I go off of, and I take the glove off to start knitting softer yarns that I don't have a problem with, I just wrap the yarn around my finger twice and get the same tension usually. So, little tip, if, you know, if coarse yarns aggravate your fingers, that's what I do. I don't know what anybody else does, but that's what I do. So my other works in progress, which I'm saving the best for last, again. Well, I don't know. Steg is pretty awesome too, huh? But it is, man, my color is just getting really wonky today. Let's see. Did that help? I think it did. Is the Greek Fire Mystery Shawl Knit-Along? Mystery Cow? Shawl Cow? By Josh Ricks. Girl, I just watched his podcast, dude. I should know how to say his last name by now. So, last time I had completed clue 1 and 2. We just got I just got clue 3 yesterday morning. So I'm working on it. I didn't get a whole lot accomplished on it yet, because like I said, I am working on birthday stuff. But this is where I was last show. That was the end of clue 2. I still get confused with shawls because you're working on the bottom and not the top. So I always have trouble figuring out where my thing was. So it ended right here at this gray. Here. Let's see. This is what we're going to do. There we go. So that thick gray line there, that is where clue 2 ended. I had a brain lapse. So what I'm doing right now, oh, and I should have said spoilers. Spoilers. I haven't gotten too far, so it shouldn't be too much of a spoiler. I'm sure other people are a lot further than me because I haven't worked on it at all today. Is this brown part here, and then you're starting to get back into your color C. And it's got these really cool little, it almost reminds me of like some stars, kind of like a little starburst. And it's really curly because it's all stockinette right now. So once I get some more garter ridges, which I went and peeked at, one person had posted a finished clue 3, and it's awesome. So I know that there's going to be some more garter ridges coming up soon, so that'll help straighten it back out again. But, and I do have mess ups in here, but hopefully they're not too noticeable. I was working on it and I realized that on one row, while I was doing the center area, instead of doing my make ones, I accidentally did some yarn overs, which was probably, there we go. See, I told you, I always drop at least one thing, always. But that probably happened around the time that my son tried to come and jump up in my lap while I had balls of yarn all around me, halfway in the middle of a row with all this all over the place, and I'm just like, ah! So that's where we are with that. This yarn is that I'm using. It is a hand spun yarn from my trip up in Portland in Oregon, and I'm probably getting my colors yarn all twisted. It's okay, I will untwist it later. But I have this blue, and this brown, and this pale gray, or dark gray. whatever. It's a gray. But it's a hand spun yarn from an owner of one of the shops that we went to. From that, the owner's own animals from the right behind the shop. There's her sheep bin all right back there that you could go and look at, and she sheared them and spun the yarn up, and then decided that she had too much of her own yarn and put some in the shop to sell, and I bought some. But this project is in Good to Be Girls bag, the Gasleys. Oh, pretty bag. I am loving this bag. I need to either get or make another big bag like this for shawl projects, because when I was doing this one, it overflowed my other bags, because the mystery shawl is staying in this one, because I don't get, you only get one clue a week, so you work on it and you're done, and you have to sit there for a while. So I need it all protected from kid and cat and all that kind of stuff. But I need to get another one this size and some more, couple bigger ones. So I think that is all that. So stash enhancements, there's none this week, but there should be some next time I record. If it's next week, it won't be too long. It'll just be probably really short. But it'll either be next week or the week after, and there will be some stash enhancements, because I have been loving this hand spun yarn that I got, that I'm making the mystery shawl from, that I contacted my mother-in-law up in Oregon and said, hey, if you so happen to go by that yarn shop again, could you go and pick me up some more of that? Because, okay, I got almost 300 yards, roughly around 300 yards of skein, and it was like $10. $10 for hand spun yarn. To me, that's a steal. I mean, I just look at, prices on Etsy and stuff for hand spun yarn. It's crazy. Some of the yarns that you buy at some of your local yarn stores and all, you can't even get some with that much yardage for $10. So she got me 5 skeins, and she's sending it with the father-in-law when he comes down for a business trip, which will also kind of include the birthday party, because it just so happens to work out that the only time he's free is the day that we scheduled for the birthday party. So I'll have yarn next week. So you'll get to see it next week, and I'm excited to show you. So that's all the knitting and crocheting. We're done. Paper crafting? You up for it? So it's not completely finished, because I have to go to Joann's and get a little bit more stuff. But the birthday banner, I'm not going to show you everything, but of course we're doing Sesame Street themed. If you haven't been paying attention or watching the previous episodes and saw the invitation. So we have Dorothy, which she doesn't have any eyes right now because I'm doing Google Eyes on all the characters, so I don't have ones that are big enough for that yet, or the ones that I have that are big are too big, and the other ones I have are too small. So I have Dorothy, and instead of cutting out the letters for the happy birthday, I just stamped them. So it doesn't look great, but like I said, I'm running out of time and I want to do other things. So I got some purple paint and stamped it, and somehow some paint got on things where it's not supposed to. But so it's not perfect, but the main thing is the characters. You want the characters to look cute. And I have Cookie Monster. Wait. D, A, Y. I have it all organized already. Now we have Oscar. Whoa! There's another thing I dropped. Oh! Almost can get it. Okay. Big Bird. I need smaller eyes. All my eyes are too big for Big Bird. And we have Snuffy. And I am missing one. Oh no! Oh, there it is. Oh. And then Rubber Ducky. So after I have to go to Joann's and get some more googly eyes for the ones who are missing eyes, and apparently we do not own a single hole punch. Oh, we do not own a hole punch that only does a single. So I have to go get that so I can punch out the holes on each side, and then get some sort of a ribbon to match so I can tie them all together. And then I have to try and make table decorations. I don't think I'm going to get all this finished by the time. But that's what I got there. So, I think that's all the crafting. Would you like to log your plays with me? I had some fun things happen in the gaming world. I was on Facebook and realized that Geek and Sundry had posted a little, share this or like this or whatever, and get a beta code for the new Elder Scrolls Online game. So, of course I did it. And guess what? I was one of the... Well, of course there's like 1,000 codes that they had to give away, but I got one. And I started downloading it yesterday afternoon or something like that, and I'm still not even halfway there. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, yeah, it's like 3 gigabytes, but still, I'd like to get to play it before my beta code trial thing runs out. Which I'm assuming it runs out. I didn't notice anything that said it does, but I'm assuming it does run out whenever the game actually goes up for sale. So I'd like to get to try it before that happens so I can see if I want to buy it. But I got the code, and I can try it, and hopefully it'll be great. So if you like Elder Scrolls, I'm excited. Of course, I don't have hardly much time to play single-player video games like at all anymore. But, that's that. So, on to board games. We did actually get a board game in. Do you remember this one from last week? Starship Merchants. So we played this, I think it was Monday night. I had went over to my parents' house to wash clothes, and Linus would not take a nap, so he fell asleep in the car on the way home, and we just put him in bed. So by the time I got home, 6:30, 7 o'clock, he hasn't been going to bed that early. So we actually got to do something. So we played this. This is by Tom Lehman and Joseph Huber. And it was actually a really cute, fun game. When Nate was reading about it, I'm not going to say when we were reading about it, because I just let Nate read about everything and then him tell me about it and see if I like it. It sounds interesting to me. So from what it was sounding like, like this was going to be like an 18xx game. So if you're all familiar with board games, it's 18xx is like a train game, a very economic, hardcore game that takes, well, if you play with people with players who have AP problems, then it can take forever. Like if you're playing with Nate. But so we were very excited because this was supposed to be kind of like an 18xx game, but with that could handle 2 players, which is usually just me and Nate, so 2 players. And it was like a card-driven type game where you get like cards and stuff instead of, you know, your regular 18xx game. The only thing that I felt reminded me of 18xx with this game was the way your spaceships kind of deplete. So I'll just kind of, I shouldn't just hold up the box. I should show you all the pretties, huh? So you have your board. And you basically are going around this circle and doing actions. So you basically just go around the board, the circle, over and over again, and complete certain actions. I'm trying to figure out how to not, you don't just get to see half my face. So, in the shipyard is where you go and you buy your ships. And you have to buy ships in order to ship goods. So, you have your 1 ships, your 2 ships, your 3 ships, and your 4 ships. So this is the only part here that reminded me of an 18xx game. So you buy your 1 ships, you buy your 2 ships. Once the first 3 ship is bought, your 1 ships, let's just say they disintegrate. Okay? They become obsolete. Then when the first 4 ship is bought, the 2 ships become obsolete. And you never lose your 3 and 4 ships because there are no more ships to buy. So that's what you do here. You buy ships. You can also you can lease them, which is a new, interesting take. But neither Nate or I did that. I don't know. We've only played it the 1 time, so I'm sure there's strategy behind leasing a ship, but we haven't figured it out yet. Here is where you buy like upgrades to your ship and get captains and extra parts and refineries for goods, so you make your goods worth more. And you can buy one of these things. I think, was it one of these and one of these? Oh no, it was one a card. You could buy 1 card, and you could claim a mine. Which those are not your mines. Your mines are basically your goods, which are in this bag here. So if you don't claim a mine, then the other player can take that good. But once you claim it, only you can take it. So then you go to the belt, and this is where you can load your ship with the goods that you get from your mines, and also get a destination. Which the destination is basically, you don't have to ship it to any place particular. You have to have so many energy in order to claim the destination. Means your ship can only, you have to be able to fly that amount of space. Sorry if you hear that. Apparently my son is being crazy. But you have to have so many leftover energy, flight, whatever, distance to get to that destination, and then that destination will give you a bonus once you go and sell the goods. So some of it, I mean, there's all kinds of different ones. I had a really good engine going, so I got slaughtered meat. But, you know. So you do that. You fill your ship cargo holds up with your mined goods. And you can only do one ship per turn. So you have to sit there for another turn if you want to load another ship up. And then next turn, stay there. Same with the market. You can stay there an extra turn and then be able to buy some more stuff. You don't have to here to here to here to here right away. You can spend extra turns just sitting there if you want. But after you belt, you go to the dock, and that's where you sell your goods. And your goods give you money, and the way the game ends okay, here we go. Was if you have 100 credits, which is $100, at the end of your dock turn, you can claim that's the end of the game. And you have to have no loan markers left. So then you're done with the game. Other players can continue to go and take turns, but each time they take a turn, you get five more bucks. And then once they get to the dock, they just sell everything, total up, and see what's left. If you have 150 credits at the end of the dock phase, you have to declare it's the last turn. So $100, 100 credits, you can claim it's the last game. 150, you have to. And then you just add up all your points and see who has the most. And that's pretty much how the game goes. Like I said, it was a fun little game. Do hope to play it again soon. Maybe I won't get so lucky. I had gotten a captain right off the bat that gave me extra credits for a particular good, and then I went and bought the refineries for that good, so I'm like stacking all these bonuses on top of bonuses, and then I would snatch up any destination that had bonuses for that good and just started claiming all the mines for that good, so that, because when you claim a mine, it raises the price of that good up. So pretty much slaughtered Nate. Now that I know how to play the game, I'll probably lose every single time now. But that is Starship Merchants. Check it out. And I think that's all for today. So check out the Ravelry group for the giveaways. Let me know if you're interested in doing a virtual knitting group through Skype or Google Hangout or something like that. If there's a game that you would like me to possibly give you a quick brief explanation, like I said, I'm not getting too in depth on the explanations, I'm just giving you a quick game overview. Let me know if there's one that you're interested in knowing about, and if I have it and I've played it, I'll gladly try and explain it to you. If not, I'll just message you back and let you know, say, haven't played that one, can't give you any info other than what I've heard about it. But I have plenty of games that should cover us for a nice long time, and even games that I don't own, I probably might have played, and I can figure out a way to explain it to you some kind of a way. If you haven't checked out the Greek Fire Shawl Mystery Knit Along and you still want to participate, you are always welcome to get in on that. It is $1 more than getting in whenever it first started. so it's like $6 now, I think. But they are looking pretty awesome, and so I highly suggest, even if you don't want to join in the mystery knit along right now, but you think you might want to do a shawl sometime in the future, go and check it out and see. Go look at the spoilers or whatever and see if it's something you'd be interested in, because it's pretty awesome looking. After this, I think there's 2 more clues, so it's gonna be a nice little thing. It requires fingering weight yarns. I mean, some people aren't using it, but oh yeah, those were on size 5s. Just I forgot about that. So I think that's about it. Enter. Enter. And let me know your thoughts, your plans, your deepest, darkest desires. Not really. Bye-bye.